On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Genital.
Of or relating to the external and internal reproductive organs.
Examples:
Genital bleeding. Pain in the genital area. The genital organs of the human body are necessary for reproduction.
Mutilation.
The act of severely damaging or injuring a person's body or body part, particularly through cutting or disfiguring, the condition of being so damaged or disfigured.
Examples:
Mutilation crime. Physical mutilation. The mutilation of the artwork was a devastating loss for the artist.
Ebola.
A highly contagious and often fatal viral disease that causes severe fever and internal bleeding, primarily occurring in remote areas of Central and West Africa.
Examples:
Ebola epidemic. Ebola virus. The Ebola outbreak in West Africa caused widespread panic and fear.
Hut.
A small, simple, and often crude shelter or dwelling, typically made of natural materials such as wood or mud.
Examples:
Shepherd's hut. Fishing hut. The little girl lived in a small hut in the woods with her family.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Rusty.
Covered with rust equals a reddish-brown coating or corrosion layer, deteriorated or corroded due to lack of use or exposure to the elements, affected by disuse or neglect.
Examples:
Rusty metal. Rusty nail. The rusty gate creaked loudly as it opened.
Disgust.
A strong feeling of dislike or disapproval.
Examples:
Public disgust. Show disgust at his actions. He was filled with disgust and fear for the threat of war.
Multicultural.
Relating to or characterized by several cultures, equals beliefs, languages, customs, traditions, etc.
Examples:
Multicultural society. Multicultural education. The school is known for its multicultural student body.
Labia.
The external folds of skin that surround the openings of the female genitalia, specifically the vulva.
Examples:
Labial piercing. Labial melanosis. Some women choose to have labial reduction surgery for medical or aesthetic reasons.
Sew.
To join, fasten, or repair two pieces of something by putting the thread through them with a needle.
Examples:
sew with thread, sew a button. My mother taught me how to sew.
Amnesia.
A condition in which a person is unable to remember things, often as a result of brain damage, shock, or illness.
Examples:
childhood amnesia, amnesia by trauma. The accident caused her to suffer from temporary amnesia, and she couldn't remember anything that happened before the collision.
Recollection.
The act of remembering or the state of being remembered.
Examples:
a vague recollection, recollection of a traumatic event. The older man's recollections of his youth were filled with stories of adventure and romance.
Scar.
A mark that remains on the skin after a wound has healed.
Examples:
burn scar, carry a scar. Even after the wound has healed, a scar remains.
Barbaric.
Characterized by extreme cruelty or brutal violence, resembling the behaviors or practices of a barbarian or uncivilized society.
Examples:
barbaric treatment, barbaric act. The barbaric practice of gladiator fighting was popular in ancient Rome.
Circumcise.
To remove the foreskin of a male's penis, often as a religious or cultural ritual.
Examples:
circumcise a newborn, circumcise a child. It is common in some cultures to circumcise infant boys as a rite of passage.
Mutilate.
To cause severe damage, disfigurement, or injury, usually to a person or an animal, to destroy, alter, or damage something severely or irreparably.
Examples:
mutilate a document, mutilate a body. It is cruel for anyone to mutilate an animal for any reason.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
empower my life, empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Itch.
To have an uncomfortable feeling on the skin that makes you want to scratch it.
Examples:
itch constantly, itch to speak. I can't stop itching my arm because of the mosquito bite.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
sect beliefs, secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Moan.
To make a low, prolonged sound of pain, grief, or sexual pleasure, to complain about something.
Examples:
Moan the current situation. Moan with pleasure. She moaned in pain as the doctor examined her injury.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Clitoral.
Relating to or involving the clitoris, a sensitive organ in female sexual anatomy that is key to sexual pleasure.
Examples:
Clitoral hood. Clitoral orgasm. Some women report increased sexual pleasure from clitoral stimulation.
Asexual.
Lacking sexual organs or characteristics, not involving or characterized by sexual activity, neither male nor female in gender identity, not operating in a sexual manner or with sexual connotations.
Examples:
Asexual community. Asexual individual. Asexual reproduction is a common trait found in certain species of plants and animals.
Unanswered.
Not responded to or explained.
Examples:
Unanswered love. Unanswered email. Pardon me for leaving some of your questions unanswered.
Fibroid.
A benign tumor that grows inside or on the walls of the uterus or other smooth muscle tissue, typically composed of fibrous connective tissue.
Examples:
Uterine fibroid. Fibroid growth. The doctor found multiple fibroids during the patient's ultrasound examination.
Ovary.
Either of the pair of organs in the female reproductive system that produces eggs, of a plant, the organ that bears the ovules of a flower.
Examples:
Ovary atrophy. Salted ovary of walleye pollock. They found ovary cancer in an early stage.
Infertile.
Unable to grow crops or sustain life, not able to produce offspring or offspring that are viable.
Examples:
Infertile woman. Infertile land. The soil in the desert is infertile, making it difficult to grow crops.
Incontinence.
The involuntary leakage of urine or feces from the body.
Examples:
Urinary incontinence. Fecal incontinence. The elderly patient is experiencing incontinence and requires assistance with toileting.